The Miz makes history. He joins Elite Company. He joins the company of John Cena. He joins the company of Damien Sandow. He joins the company of Baron Corbin. He joins that company alongside Braun the Strowman for all the wrong reasons. What's up? Fred Richani, TSC, your home for news, updates, interviews, and everything in between. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. The Miz, he had that Money in the Bank briefcase. He was ready to cash in at TLC. You may recall they booked a Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles TLC match at TLC. Now, why couldn't they just, book a normal match between two great wrestlers? I don't know. They decided to make this TLC because, hey, it's a TLC pay-per-view. Kind of lame if you ask me. So, AJ and Drew actually had a hell of a match. A really, really good match. And then The Miz comes in with that briefcase with John Morrison and says, I'm going to cash in. It became a triple threat. He powerbombed Drew off of a ladder, through a table in the ring, climbed up top. He was getting ready to grab that briefcase, and he was pulled off by the giant, the bodyguard, Omos, who just gingerly picked him up. You could tell that WWE's terrified to have this guy do anything, which begs the question, why is he on TV if you're terrified of him doing anything? So he picks him up gently and just in the lightest possible fashion tosses him above the top, over the top rope, through the table. Miz is out. Finally, AJ and Drew McIntyre are brawling. Miz has his own ladder as well. Eventually, AJ falls down. Drew McIntyre hit him with a headbutt, Claymore, the whole shebang. And, well, Drew McIntyre is still your WWE Champion. And yet again, the Money in the Bank briefcase has pretty much gone to waste. Think about this, right? The last few years, we had Otis, who was hot for a minute, and then WWE just got bored with him, or maybe COVID got him. Whatever the case may be, they clearly got disinterested in him. And he was already kind of a comedy guy anyway. Before that, you had Braun Strowman, who cashed in and failed. And if I recall correctly, his cash-in wasn't even like a disqualification ending or a legitimate loss. It was just Brock Lesnar F5ing two guys and causing a no contest in a Hell in a Cell match of all things. You had Baron Corbin, who lost to Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal. And the other two, John Cena, he lost due to some disqualification finish or whatever, but hey, it played into a bigger storyline at least. And in the case of Damien Sandow, he didn't really need to win the cash-in, but he at least back in the day had a great match with John Cena. But I feel like these cash-ins and these winners have just become bigger geeks over time. And Miz is an awesome performer. Miz is definitely going to the Hall of Fame one day. But the reality is, man, Miz has not been booked like a top guy this year. John Morrison, definitely not, despite coming back to WWE for the first time in 9 years after killing it on the indie scene, on the Impact Wrestling scene. He's been pretty much a nothing guy. So what do we expect? We expected Miz to lose. I don't know if I expected him to lose in a triple threat ladder match. Maybe, just maybe, they, in weird WWE logic, they think because Miz didn't get pinned or submitted that he's protected, even though they haven't protected him whatsoever. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, Drew McIntyre, who's a great wrestler himself, a true top guy, he is your WWE Champion still. While Miz, no longer Mr. Money in the Bank, and yet another year of what some people may call a wasted Money in the Bank opportunity. An opportunity you could have used to build a new star, and instead you had a guy who's been around for 15 years cash in and epically fail. But I want to hear from you. Do you think it was a good idea for Miz to claim the Money in the Bank in the first place from Otis? Do you think they've bungled Money in the Bank these last few years? Do you agree or disagree with the result? Let me know. Leave a comment below if you enjoyed this update. Like, share, don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications for more updates. I just uploaded one of our best of 2020 interviews with the former Justin Gabriel, aka PJ Black. So check that out. And until next time, as always, enjoy the matches and please stay safe. Miz,